Welcome back. It is Monday, July 8th in the MLB. Our four best bets are on the way. It's Austin joined by Logan, and we are back after a few days off. Now, you'll see on the screen we don't really have any picks to recap as we were off on Saturday and Sunday. And then on Friday, we only had our hit parlay, which obviously did not come through. We had to watch Ketel Marte go over. But if you guys know why we were gone, we were there in San Diego for Logan's bachelor party. And I'll have him talk about how that was, but we got to watch a crazy game in Petco Park on Friday night. One of the best games I think we'll probably ever go to in our lives. That crazy comeback from the D-backs and the walk-off from the Padres. An insane game, a great time in San Diego. But I think I speak on behalf of myself and Logan. We're excited to be back, and hopefully we can dominate in July and hopefully this week and hopefully going into the rest of the summer. But without further ado, let's dive into the picks today. We got four of them, and we're going to hopefully have a great start to the week. We missed y'all, and we're back and ready to go. No more days off until, I guess, the All-Star break, which is in about a week or so, I believe. So let's dive into the picks, though. The first one should come out to be our hit parlay of the day. We have lost two in a row, and it is a shorter slate, but we're cashing today. We're finding our two best hitters. It's going to be live in the link in the description and in the pinned comment. Go check it out. We've been really good on these this season. Sure, the last two have flopped. I don't know how many times we've lost three in a row. Probably very, very low. So we're going to go out there and cash this one. Two legs, each get a hit. And there might be a chance we're in an early start. So make sure you tap in. Go click that link in the description, pin comment, and at the end of the video. But I'm going to throw it to Logan. He has two picks today. Logan, you're welcome to touch on the bachelor party, which I will maybe throw up some pictures on the screen. Maybe I already have from our time there. Actually, I need to talk about something real quick. I meant to shout out the people that sent us some money. Shout out to Gabriel F., Brett, Skyler, Robert, Mark, Tyler, Don, and Daniel. You guys that sent us some money, buy Logan some drinks for his bachelor party. I assure you the money was used. I didn't do a great job at photographing him drinking the drinks, but I promise drinks were consumed, and we had a great time out in San Diego. So I just threw up a couple pictures. That was a great time. But Logan, you can talk about your San Diego bachelor trip and talk about some picks of the day. Let's get to it.
The bachelor party was amazing. Shout out Austin. He is going to be the best man in my wedding. He did a great job planning that trip, and I feel refreshed. I feel energized after some West Coast beach time. I absolutely love it out there. Now I'm back home East Coast in the concrete jungle of Philadelphia, but yeah, I feel rejuvenated. And again, shout out to everyone who did contribute to buying me some drinks. I feel great, feel energized, and we're going to get some winners this week. And it starts with my player prop, which is one of my two picks of the day. It's going to be Mitchell Parker of the Nationals, under 5.5 hits allowed, minus 120 odds on DraftKings is your best value there. Now, I'm being a little bit contrarian on this prop because if you're just looking at the hit rates of lefties against the Cardinals, 3 out of the last 4 lefty starters have actually went over this line against the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, 2 of them were guys that I would never ever take a hits allowed prop under, which was Martin Perez and Patrick Corbin. Those 2 lefty starters are batting practice, so it makes sense that they went over those hits allowed lines. If you look at Gore and DJ Hers, they gave up 5 and 4 in runs against the Cardinals. So the Cardinals have just been seeing lefty starter after lefty starter. Now, does that worry me? Slightly, but Mitchell Parker's a different type pitcher than Gore and Hers. I think he's probably my favorite out of those 3 lefty starters. Also, this is a bad spot for the Cardinals. Not because of any other factors other than the fact that it is the last game of the series for St. Louis, and it also is getaway day. Their lineup could be slightly different. I would not be surprised at all if one of their better hitters like Goldie or Contreras got the day off. We see it all the time in baseball, and I have to mention the human side of baseball. They play a lot of games in a lot of days. This is an early start time, and it's going to be 95 degrees by first pitch. If you guys have ever spent a summer in Washington, D.C., yeah, it's hot, muggy, miserable. It will be a little bit cooler throughout, as the game goes on. But, 95 after just playing a day game the day before, that's going to be tough. Yeah, I can't imagine the motivation is at an all-time high. I'm just going to say that. Now let's talk about Mitchell Parker's pitch mix. 4-seamer, curveball, split finger, slider. Those are the pitches he throws. Opponent's batting average against those pitches, he's done really well. 237 against the 4-seamer, 241 against the curveball, 217 against split finger, and 214 against the slider. Those are good enough batting average allowed for me to say Mitchell Parker should be able to go out and have a decent performance today. Contreras and Wynn are the only 2 St. Louis batters with a good average against the 4-seamer, which a good average I classify really as like 260 or above. The large majority of this Cardinals lineup has a negative run value against the 4-seam fastball. They have not been a great lineup against pitchers that, throw a lot of four-seamer, which is what Mitchell Parker throws. If you ever want to go look at these stats for yourself, you can go on Baseball Savant. You just filter, team by pitch, by the pitch arsenal, and you can do look at all the negative run values. Cardinals lineup has struggled against four-seamers, and there's not a lot of familiarity for the Cardinals against the split finger, which is another pitch I talked about Mitchell Parker throwing. And then we can talk about the curveball, which really Goldschmidt and Wynn are the only two good batters against the curveball, which again 260 or better. Large majority of this Cardinals lineup again struggles, negative run value against those against the curveball. I really do like Mitchell Parker's matchup in this one. Is it an obvious prop? Is it one that it's going to be very public on Twitter? Probably not. But what I do like about a hits allowed under is Parker can struggle. I mean, he could really struggle. He could just be walking guys, or if he's not efficient in this one, whereas his outs line or his K prop might not hit, his hits allowed under could easily go under. I mean, that's kind of why it's my favorite market to touch, because pitchers can pitch bad but still go under the hits allowed mark. 6 hits is not easy to do. I don't think Mitchell Parker gives them up today. Love that as my favorite prop of the day. But Austin, you also got a prop. Where are you going for yours?
Yeah, unlike Logan's, where his is an earlier start around 4, mine I'm going to have to wait till about 9:38, I believe, to be exact, as I'm going to Davis Daniel of the Los Angeles Angels. And I'm taking the over, 15.5 outs, minus 118 on FanDuel. Now, I know now FanDuel does obviously have outs props, and I heard they're starting to do hits, runs, and RBIs, although I have yet to, check out how that value compares to other books that do HRR props, but maybe we'll be taking some of those. But we're happy to see this one, available in a lot of different books. Some books were at 16.5. Honestly, I don't see a lot of starts where Davis Daniel ends at, 5 1/3, although I will note his last start was 5 1/3. I think he goes a clean, maybe not clean, but I think he goes 6 innings tonight. So I don't mind this. If I could take a ladder, if you will, at 17.5, I would, but they don't really give you alt for K props. However, I really like Davis Daniel in his matchup tonight against the Rangers. Now, if you've never heard of Davis Daniel, that's fine, because he's only made 2 starts so far to his name. His first start, about as good as it gets for a rookie making a debut. He threw 8 shutout innings against the Tigers. I think he gave up 3 or 4 hits, 8 strikeouts. Now in his second start, not great, was on the road in Oakland, and he threw 5 1/3, so still got the job done, but it wasn't good. 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned runs against the A's. Now today he gets a matchup against the Rangers, and if you look at that matchup though against the A's, he still got the job done, but I really think there were some bad things that went wrong. I mean, number one, if I went back and watched some of the highlights, he had a ground ball hit right to him. He fielded it, tried to get the double play, threw it past the second baseman. Now, I will note the second baseman probably could have caught it, but it wasn't like he airmailed it. He threw it just kind of, it bounced right at the second base where it was. So maybe we get that one, but it also had an out in the 5th inning where it was a ground ball to the shortstop, and the shortstop just missed it. Would have been a toughish play, but still, those are plays you would love to see happen. And he still got the job done despite not pitching well. And I still like him to pitch decently against the Rangers. This has been an offense that obviously has not been great all year long. And sure, you're looking at them coming off a big game against Zach Lytle and the Rays. Now they got to travel on the road. They had 6 or 7 straight home games. Now you're on the road, later start in LA. I think we could see Davis Daniel pitch decently well here. I mean, it's not like we're asking him to go out there and throw a shutout. You can pitch poorly and still go into the 6th inning, which is where we need him to get. And look, even though last year he did not pitch well, still got the job done. And the Rangers are just a team that I don't really trust a ton to go out there and just rattle an opposing pitcher, especially a guy that they've definitely never seen and not a lot of film out on him. The Rangers also see the 5th fewest pitches per plate appearance. And outside of Corey Seager has been pretty hot recently. Like I said, not an offense that it's like, oh God, there's a lot of scary bats. What I also love about Davis, he doesn't walk guys. Only 1 walk in 13 1/3 innings pitched. And of his 187 pitches thrown so far through 2 starts, 134 of them have been for strikes. So you're talking about a strike rate at 72%, throwing a lot of strikes. Like Logan touched on, if you're going to have a pitcher that has an inefficient outing, it's hard to get to overs if you're throwing a lot of balls. Now, for Mitchell Parker, we're fine if he throws balls today because we kind of want him out the game ASAP. But for Davis Daniel, not a guy that's throwing a lot of balls. I think he'll be throwing pitches in the zone, and the Rangers, a team we've already seen, not afraid to swing at pitches in the zone. And so I really think this is a good spot for him. Even if he gets rocked, he could give up 6-7 hits. I think the Rangers are going to be hitting it early and often. And if that's the case, this is game 1 of the series. The Angels do not have another day off until the All-Star break. Why use all your bullpen in the first game of a series? If he's getting rocked and gives up 4 earned runs, puts that like 65 pitches through 5, they'll just leave him out there because there's be like a punching bag. I'm cool with that. That's how you can cash an outs prop. So I'll take the over 15.5. I think there's plenty of different ways he gets to the over. The Rangers really, I think, would have to do a ton of damage to him to get him out after 5 innings. I think pitches into the 6th, then hopefully can get us an out or 2 in that 6th inning, or heck, get all 3 of them, or even go even longer into this one. So Davis Daniel, my favorite player prop of the day, over 15.5 outs, minus 118 on FanDuel. Like I said, I would play it at 16.5. That's all you got. I think it goes 6 innings tonight. But Logan, you had a game pick, and again, it is a late night pick, so you're going to be staying up late with me. Where are you going?
I'm gonna need some of this, a little more coffee to get through this one. But yes, it is going to be late night, and if you see my shirt, real OGs know who I'm taking in this one. I'm taking the Arizona Diamondbacks plus 1.5 on the run line, minus 105 odds on DraftKings is your best value on this one. I mentioned the cactus shirt, right? This is something I've been doing for like over the last 3 years, I think. Anytime I pick the Diamondbacks, I wear this shirt because they've never lost with me in the cactus shirt. But no, in all seriousness, I really do like the Diamondbacks today. And on paper, you're going to be looking at the starting pitching matchup. You're going to say, Logan, I don't know who this Yolbert Diaz is, but I know who Chris Sale is. Well, Yolbert Diaz makes his MLB debut for Arizona. They like the strikeout stuff they see from him. He got the call up really because of his last outing. He struck out 13 batters in Reno AAA. I mean, if you're getting 13 swings, 13 Ks, I don't care who you are. That's impressive. And if you're looking at this matchup against the Braves strike out a decent amount too. They're 22nd in strikeouts per game. I live in a world where I could see Yolbert Diaz getting some swings and misses against this Braves lineup. There's no familiarity against him before. There's the film will be AAA film. I really do think he has a decent matchup today. And I think if we're looking at the spot for Atlanta, potential letdown spot for the Braves, traveling across country after a series against the Phillies, a big time division rival there. Now they're going out west, facing the Diamondbacks in a pitcher they've never seen before. No one's ever seen before. I like this matchup and the spot for Yolbert Diaz. Normally it can be a little bit dicey backing a pitcher making his MLB debut, but I think there's a reason why the Diamondbacks called him up, and they're liking what they see from him. I have to trust the front office. I have to trust the managers in that Diamondbacks organization for them to be able to call this guy up. If he's not ready and goes out there and gets absolutely rocked, well, then that's on me, and that's also half on them as well for making me believe that this guy was good. But I think he is good. And over the last 30 days, the Braves 27th in batting average against righties, hitting only .218. That's what I do know. And then over the last 30 days with runners in scoring position against righties, Atlanta hitting 169 30th in the majors. I really think Yolbert Diaz is going to come out and have a solid start in this one. And then on the other side, it's going to be Chris Sale starting for the Braves. 2.71 ERA, 0.91 whip for Chris Sale. Now, Chris Sale has been absolutely lights out this year. There's a reason why he's in the Cy Young category. But against this matchup, against Arizona, second best in batting average versus lefties in the last 30 days, hitting .288. This Diamondbacks offense has been sneakily good against left-handed pitchers, which is why I'm comfortable backing them today. With runners in scoring position and against lefties, Arizona hitting .324, 8th best in the majors over the last 30 days. This is going to be a test, obviously, against Chris Sale, but they've been getting those timely hits. And in this one, obviously, you're going to need that against Chris Sale. You're going to have to put up some runs. And Sale, he's a strikeout guy. He relies a lot on the swing and miss. Arizona 8th best in strikeouts per game. The fact that they are a top 10 offense in not striking out should benefit them today. And then we go to the bullpens, right? Because Diaz isn't going to pitch forever. Chris Sale could pitch 6-7 innings, but it's going to be decided. The run lines normally are decided in the bullpens. Atlanta, second in bullpen ERA. Arizona, 25th in bullpen ERA. You look at those, you're like, Logan, I see a discrepancy. But Arizona's bullpen, they just have a few guys in there that just really, really suck. But the high leverage guys are pretty decent, and they should have the high leverage guys available in this one to be able to come out and save Diaz. Because if I'm the Arizona manager, I'm looking at Torey Lovullo, I'm looking at this one and saying, okay, well, what are we going to get from Diaz? I have to have the bullpen ready. I have to have those high leverage arms available. I think they're going to get that today. I love the Diamondbacks on the full game run line. Never want to take a first 5 bet because I don't know what we're going to get. But look at how this game's priced. I mean, the fact that we're getting even odds on the run line with a pitcher never made a start before against a veteran that's having a Cy Young type season. Late night, last game on a small slate. Yeah, feels like a Diamondback spot. Give me the Diamondbacks on the run line. Love that bet.
The Cactus shirt, it will once again remain undefeated. But without further ado, those are our favorite picks of the day. We appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. Logan and I are back for good, except for when the All-Star break comes because we got nothing to bet on then. But we'll dive into the picks and let's have a 4-0 day. A reminder, like I said, our picks, we had the Diamondbacks plus 1.5, Davis Daniels over and outs, Mitchell Parker under and hits allowed. And then our parlay of the day, which when it is live, I will link it in the pinned comment, the description, and at the end of the video, somewhere around here, I will link it on the screen. No Nerfy today, but Nerfy Nation might return tomorrow when there's a big slate because we love our dang Nerfies. But y'all have a wonderful Monday. We're happy to be back, and we'll see you guys once again tomorrow for some Dinger Tuesday picks. We'll see you then. Peace.